never believed in the American dream. All I knew was how to survive.
I gave you everything and treated you like a daughter from the beginning.
Oh, never.
Ladies, what an honor to speak with both of you. I'm just super fans of both of you. It's just great. And I've got to tell you that Snakehead is one of the most exciting female-led action films I've ever seen. I mean, it's so femtastic. It's almost a feel-good film. You know what I mean?
What a wonderful compliment. Thank you so much, Anne.
Yeah, thank you so
just
much.
Incredible. These two women virtually run thousands of people's lives around the globe from a steamy kitchen in Chinatown in New York. I mean, what a situation. It says it's based on a true story.
Yes.
Really?
It's based on Sister Ping, who actually, yes, she actually is a real person, and she was a real snakehead, and she was arrested, and apparently she died in prison. But it's based on a true story, but the actual film itself has been fictionalized by Evan, who wrote the story for dramatic thrill and climax. And he did a fantastic job, because what he did was basically show the underbelly of Chinatown that you don't normally see. What you see of Chinatown, Manhattan, is usually a tourist surface view. You don't see the humanistic sides of what the goings on and life is in Chinatown.
Chinatown doesn't change for anyone.
So when you were dreaming of coming to America, did you think it was going to be this way?
I didn't think. I just came.
What if I can offer you something better?
She really likes you. Think you're special, don't you? You're not. You're just my mom's little errand rat. Understand?
Shuya, your character is, well, I have to say she's amoral. I mean, she wants to be with her daughter. She has wonderful intentions, but she has to be amoral in order to get to that point. Killing people, running rings. So how did you process that?
Well, I mean,
duality.
The story is about survival, right? So you draw it from that. She was born into prostitution. There was just, from the start, her chances are not very high in having a normal life, right? So you draw everything from survival, like what you have to do to survive. I mean, I think we all have to identify ourselves with that in one way or another, right? We all have our own struggles. Doesn't matter where we came from, where we grew up. Like I grew up in Austria. My parents immigrated into Austria from Taiwan, you know, and then myself, I immigrated myself to the United States, you know, so we all have our own struggles. So I feel like Sister C had to do the same thing. She needs to do what she needed to get her daughter back. And whatever that meant, she did it. Yeah. She had to smuggle herself into the country, into the United States, and from there on to survive.
And this is the beauty of the film and the performances. We know that this is all happening. We know that Dai Ma is evil. She does evil things. But we root for them, and that becomes our amorality in a way. I understand that it's survival, but tell me, Jade, how do you wrap your head around it?
Well, I wouldn't say that she's evil. I would say more that she had to make decisions on what she needed to sacrifice to survive. So what we don't normally see in films is the process and the psychological process, decision-making and torture and consequences of making that decision of sacrifice. That's what I find so fascinating about Dai Ma. On surface value, it was so hard to wrap my brain around Dai Ma because, yes, she can be evil. You had to be very careful. I had to be very careful to make sure she didn't spin into a caricature, a stereotypical caricature. There's a part of Dai Ma that is humanistic. There's a part of Sister Tzi that is humanistic. And that's what I think is the beauty of the film, because there's a human value to that humanism in the film.
We need another Snakehead for the Taiwan job.
I'll go. We've done it once, we can do it again.
Hands up.
Will she succeed in finding her daughter? Will she find peace? You know, what do you think lies ahead for her in your mind? Not the real woman. We know what happened, but what would you like?
It's about survival at the end of the day, right? She has to survive her own way, you know, and sacrifice her life for her daughter, you know, and the best way to do it is to see what is best for that little girl at the end of the, what future lies ahead for her, you know? So she sacrificed that instead of selfishness of wanting her with her, right? So there's that. It's emotional, and it's but it will be the truth. What do you choose, right? Are you being selfish, or are you giving this little child a chance of life, of something different than what she has?
It's almost
And the other
Shakespearean.
thing too, I think that, you know, when we make those decisions to sacrifice and struggle, is it self-serving or is it serving another? And making that decision is such a hard one. Are we deluding ourselves with expectation? And what if that expectation never comes to fruition? I think that is the sort of beauty and power of the film, because it shows that side. It shows that human side,
Right.
and consequence of that side.
Yes.
You know?
Well,
It's a bittersweet.
bittersweet.
Can you tell me why she's here?
Mom says she wants her here.
You know, I worry about you sometimes. Why are you still doing this?
You survive your way, and I survive mine.
You both have tremendous presence. Just it's great. I just can't tell you. This is my favorite film in TIFF so far.
Oh,
So-
that's wonderful. That's wonderful to hear. I think everyone in the film, even everyone was so passionate to do this film. And I think it was because Evan brought us all together. And a good director knows how to bring people together. And he brought the right people together. And he created a community, a world that was equally as passionate about making the film as he. And so, and yes, as Suya said, we all learned from that. We all collaborated. We all brainstormed when we did a scene. And if we rehearsed the scene and something wasn't working, we would tweak it. We would change it on set at the moment. Sometimes with camera rolling, you know?
Wow. That's pretty interesting. And I must say, congratulations to you both on your eye rolls. Very effective. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you
with
for
the
having
film.
us.
Thank you.
You're most
Thank you.
welcome.
Bingo. We're gonna have some problem with you.
I'm gonna smuggle drugs.
You saved me a fortune.
I didn't do that for you. I did that to survive.
What would you do if someone betrayed your family?